And that's how the regular season ends for the Golden State Warriors with their 9th straight loss on the road to the LA Clippers. And the Clippers become the first team in NBA history to begin the season 15 games under 500 and end up with a winning record in the regular season. These two teams will face off once again Wednesday night in a win-or-go-home game in the play-in tournament as we welcome everybody to Toyota Warriors Postgame Live with the Hall of Famer Chris Mullin, NBA champion Festus Ezeli. I am Bonte Hill. You had some back and forth, some brouhahas in this game. We saw Steph Curry play 29 minutes. This is going to get you a laugh a little bit, Fezzy. As I guess you could call this a play-in preview, we didn't see Kawhi Leonard, didn't see Draymond Green, but obviously it's going to be a challenge for the Warriors Wednesday night against the Clips.
Can we just take a second to celebrate the fact that we made it through 82 games? Like, this is an 82-game season, Bonte, Mully.
Well, he played about 60. Low management for
Low
Mully.
management for Chris Mullin.
Which is right on par.
Exactly.
I mean, this was a game where the Warriors this is really a get-right game for the Warriors. Trying to see how different guys work together on the court. Positives to walk away from this game tonight is nobody got hurt. That's number one. Yeah. Number two is Steph looks like he's getting his offensive rhythm. 24 points for him. Positives for all the starters tonight. Steve tried a few different lineups. I saw a 3-guard front. It was Steph, DeAnthony Melton, Brandon Podziemski. I saw him go Steph, Brandon Podziemski with Guy Santos. I saw 2 bigs in the lineup at one point, Al Horford and Kristaps Porzingis. Then I saw Al Horford there by himself. Then I saw Chris. So these are the things that this game was really about. It was about getting this team some rhythm. I thought the starters did a great job. They came into the game. They brought some rhythm, brought some flow. It took them a while to get into it, but when they did and they started to find some stretches offensively, I thought Steph was the one carrying the offensive flow for the night. They just got to continue to find rhythm. Kristaps Porzingis, he really is the key. Is the fact that Steph and Kristaps have to find a way to work well together. Tonight from the three-point line, he was 0 for 4. They got to find a way to get him a flow, and it's coming fast. The play-in game is just right here on Wednesday.
You don't have a lot of time because Kristaps Porzingis has only made 1 of his last 15 three-point attempts. But the positive, Steph Curry played 29 minutes, 7 to 14 from the floor, only 24 points.
Yeah, I think that's probably the number one positive thing from tonight. After tweaking his ankle in Sacramento, went back in the game late.
Yep.
So got to 29 minutes, which probably it tells me come Wednesday, 0-minute restriction for Steph. He's back to his normal minutes. Everyone played double-figure minutes. 13 guys played double-figure minutes. The stars rose a plus, as Fezzi said. 10 turnovers. That's a huge plus for me. They got to the free throw line 32 times. The shooting percentages were down, but I thought overall a good effort. Second chance points. We're a plus. I mean, that's a big factor. Winning the possession battle, I think, is going to be important. Obviously, without Draymond for the Warriors, without Kawhi, I don't know how much you take from this.
Right.
But a lot of good individual efforts. They all, I think, feel good about they got a good run. No one got hurt, and now you have a few days to regroup. Right. And really, this next game really gets into strategy, attention to detail, scouting report, execution. All the fundamental stuff that is going to win you a basketball game is going to be magnified on Wednesday.
All right, we're done with the propaganda, all the positive stuff, because here's the bad news here. When the Warriors take on the Clippers, they've not been good against the Clips since 2023. You see the record right there. That's worst versus any Western Conference team, 2-10. Then you look at their road record against the Clips, and they've lost 9 straight away from home against the LA Clippers. So that is working against them. Of course, the Clippers won the season series 3-1 this year. And for the Warriors, they finished 8 games under 500 in a regular season. So that's got to flip on Wednesday night. And again, they didn't have the claw, Kawhi Leonard. So another negative for the Warriors tonight is Benedict Mathurin looked good tonight. Mm-hmm. Let's see if Bogdanovich plays because he had it rolling. And then John Collins with 18 and 9. So their role players for the LA Clippers are going into Wednesday night feeling good, Fezzi.
Yeah, and the Los Angeles Clippers, they have a few things the Warriors struggle with. If you have a guy like Kawhi Leonard who commands a double team, you can't guard him one-on-one. I don't care who's on the roster. He's going to be a guy to get to his shot. He's playing as good as anybody's playing right now in the league, averaging about 25 points a game, 50% from the field, 40% from 3. Like, he has a rolling right now, all right? So they sat him because they didn't want the Warriors to see the full look of the Los Angeles Clippers. So when you have him back on Wednesday and you have guys like Benedict Mathurin, you have guys like Bogdanovich hitting shots like he did tonight. He almost went on an 11-2 run by himself on that team and took this lead from a 2-point lead to an 11-point lead. So for the Warriors, it's trying to find the way to gel offensively while also find ways to guard these guys. Because the defense right now for the Warriors, they got to do a better job of taking guys away from the looks that they're looking for early in the game.
Yeah, those stats don't look pretty, Bonte, but that was majority of the time with James Harden. So this is a totally different Clipper team with Darius Garland. I don't know if they're better or worse, but they're way different, especially from a defensive standpoint, to keep Garland out of the paint. Obviously, Kawhi Leonard is exclusively the leader of the team now. That was kind of a shared job with Kawhi and James Harden. Tonight, as you said, Mathurin looked good. Bogdanovich had a big game. The bench, 71-55.
Yeah.
So the depth, but will it be foul trouble? Some guys, whatever, for whatever reason, not playing a lot of minutes. Does Steve Kerr, look, 13 guys got double figure minutes. Do you play 8, 9 guys? What's the rotation going to look like on Wednesday? I think Ty Lue has a good feel for the guys he's going to play. Derrick Jones Jr. was quiet tonight. Chris Dunn was quiet. Lopez was quiet. So all these guys that didn't play well, it was the exact opposite. The Warriors starters were all pluses, but then the Clippers bench. So kind of opposite images of both teams. But again, I think both teams want to get through this game, get their minutes in. I don't think they were really concerned about who won the game.
Single elimination game, anything can happen. I mean, this is the NBA. Anybody can go off for 20. Benedict Mathurin came off the bench today, had 20 points. Bogdanovich, anybody can hit those shots. This is why individual defensive possessions are really important. To start the game for the Warriors, they got to do a better job putting their foot down early in the game, but it's been hard to do that because they haven't had any continuity yet.
All right, Stephen Curry, he did play well, Fezzi. 29 minutes, 7 to 14 from the floor, and he moved around great again. Showed no ill effects of that ankle injury he suffered Friday night in Sacramento.
Running, moving, cutting. This is what you want to see from Steph Curry. He's going to do this. He's going to hit these shots. It's really crazy. You see no lingering effects of the rolled ankle from last game. Matter of fact, he played more minutes tonight, 29 minutes, which is a huge sign for the Warriors. As long as he continues to wake up the next day and feel good, I think the Warriors feel like they have a chance.
Yeah, I thought Steph looked really good coming off that tweaked ankle in Sacramento. The 29 minutes to me is significant because that brings him back to his normal playing rotation, which not only is good for Steph, but also aligns the bench with their minutes as well.
Well, let's break down how he looked with Kristaps Porzingis. First, he continues to write history. We say this every single game. It's a historical event for Stephen Curry as he passes the logo. Jerry West for the 25th most made field goals in NBA history. So Friday night, he surpasses Tim Duncan on the all-time scoring list. Tonight, he says bye-bye to the logo in terms of all-time field goals made. But we're focused on the two-man game between Stephen Curry and Kristaps Porzingis. So we have a video in the wall here. Break it down, fellas.
Yeah, anytime you can get Steph and Porzingis isolated on the side by themselves with space, you're going to get a good shot. The defense, you put them into decision-making mode. You're going to double. You're going to show and get back. If Steph turns the corner here, you got to stay home with Porzingis. Beautiful pass and nice finish by Steph. There's the movement off the basketball, stopping, cutting, change direction.
It's good to have a big that can pass like this because not only can he score, he can also pass. But here's the thing about these decisions and these plays right here. The Steph Curry, Kristaps pick and roll. I thought the LA Clippers, they did a great job of switching. Everything they did tonight, you got to give credit to Stan Van Gundy. Jeff Van Gundy, rather. He did a great job defensively, getting them really back on their principles. They would switch. They were physical on the basketball. But when you put guys like that on the play like that with Kristaps and Steph, you can't switch those plays. Or if you do switch those plays, you have Steph with a big man guarding him or Kristaps with a small guy guarding him. That's the mismatch that you want to exploit. And when you're in a playoff setting, every one of those possessions, you can really rely on them when you go down the stretch.
Fezzi makes a great point. You get Brook Lopez in the action. We've seen this a couple years ago when he was a member of the Milwaukee Bucks. Remember the Warriors, Riley late in the game against Giannis and Brook Lopez. They were down 8. Next thing you know, Steph's hunted a mismatch. Brook Lopez playing in drop coverage. Steph Curry leads the Warriors to a comeback victory in overtime.
Yeah, so you try and get him in all actions, but he has a different matchup now with Porzingis. You don't want to leave him either, so that's why I said, do you double it? Do you hedge and get back? That's why Steph came off that. He didn't get the handoff, but he got the late pass there. But again, I think Jeff Van Gundy, you heard Ty Lue pregame. He emphasized, yes, the Warriors are a great three-point shooting team, but they use the three to generate points in the paint and layups. And he's as concerned about Steph Curry's off-ball movement and back cuts and layups as he is the three-point shots. One thing defensively throughout the league, the biggest thing they try to do with Steph is limit his three-point attempts. Yep. And usually that's in transition, the relocations. If you can get him under 10 attempts, I think the defense feels like that's a win for them.
All right, Kawhi Leonard did not play, and Draymond Green did not play. But you know what? Those two guys will see a lot of each other Wednesday night. As we look at the numbers here in just a second, Draymond Green obviously had a monster week when he defended Kevin Durant, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and Kawhi Leonard. But when Leonard is defended by Draymond Green one-on-one, he's had his way. So you have to take something away from Kawhi Leonard. What are you taking away, Fezzi?
What do you take away from Kawhi?
Yeah, you looking at me crazy, man.
Yeah, because you're saying when Draymond guards him, he has a hard time against Kawhi. When anybody guards Kawhi, they have a hard time. Did you watch Kawhi in the All-Star game?
I watched Kawhi his entire career.
21 points in like 8 minutes.
I mean, you got to take something away.
Yeah, but
see, Draymond Green, one of the best defensive players we've seen in NBA history.
He is, and he's going for his 10th All-NBA defensive selection team this year, which is it joins the ranks of some incredible defensive players. But going against Kawhi, obviously you want to make him settle for the jump shot. He is somebody who, he wants to get to the rack. He can get by guys. This is why you double team him, because he's big, strong, physical. He can push guys off. He gets in this post up. He can try to get close to the rim. It's tough because this year he's also shooting 45% from the three-point line. So these are things that, when he is healthy, you say he's one of the best players in the league. And this is why the Clippers feel like they have a chance, even though they're in the play-in right now.
If I remember correctly, that night when Draymond was guarding Kawhi, he was much like he did Kevin Durant, denying him all over the basketball floor, especially in the half court, trying to limit his touches. That's the number one thing, Bonte. Number two, try and take away all layups and then keep him off the free throw line, as Fezzi said. The rest of the stuff, Kawhi's going to get his shots. Got the huge hands, long arms. He's going to play in the mid-post. He's going to take his time. He's going to settle that team down. The Warriors that game, they played a decent amount of boxing one, where they're going to try and make other players beat them. That's why you mentioned Mathurin.
Right.
Mathurin, Bogdanovich, those guys feeling good about themselves, because if you do boxing one, Kawhi, for a few possessions, there's going to be someone left open.
Yep.
And that's where Ty Lue, I think, tonight was thinking, let me get Bogdanovich and get him, because if they do employ that defensive strategy, you've got to knock down that open shot.
Maybe it is true, Fezzi. Maybe just make him a volume three-point shooter. Although you did say he's shooting 40% from the three-point line. You got to try to take away something from the claw. That should be an interesting matchup Wednesday night in the play-in game between the Warriors and the Clippers. We're going to hear from Steve Kerr on the other side to continue to break down this play-in game between the Dubs and the Clips.